Hey, what's up, friends? We are live. Welcome to another episode of Summerland Enchantment. It has been a while. We last saw you in 2024, and now I can spend the next month saying the wrong year. So, welcome. We're going to quickly do some introductions for the cast. I'm going to stop calling Cyberbro a guest for right now because if you are a guest, it's like one of those.
Now.
Yeah, you're like featured for the season, like a Buffy feature.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like Seth Green and Buffy. Sick.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. Buffy references for sure. I'm going to call on Rebecca because they're eating right now.
Hi, I'm Rebecca and I play Owen.
That's it. And
Happy New Year.
We'll go on to Emily. Yeah.
I am Emily. I play Beatrice, the mage spellcaster of previously Barrowcrest.
Yeah.
We don't really have a Barrowcrest currently.
It's true. I'm going to double back real quick because I just want to make sure that Rebecca's feeling okay because I think that might be the shortest introduction I've ever had you.
Yeah, that's
to
true.
the point where I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
I didn't know what to do with it.
Former lady of Barrowcrest.
There you go.
There we go. Nicole.
I had to do the long intro. I didn't like it.
I'm Nicole. I play Sir Elian, formerly known as the Faerie Knight, now known as Sir Elian the Lost, previously of Barrowcrest, and now who knows where.
Sir Elian the Lost, indeed. And we'll introduce our feature, Cyberbro.
Oh, hello, though. Welcome. I am Cyberbro, playing Sir Lucius Julius Julianus. Man, it's been a while. Hard to get that name out.
First time, usually I'm the one messing up the name.
Yeah. And I am lost in the fog again.
Welcome to Summerland.
Indeed. I need all of you to quickly open up the sheets of your primary characters.
Yes.
And I need you to look on your sheet here. I could have done this part a little smoother. Oops. It's okay. I will quickly get there.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll start with
Rebecca didn't do their intro.
Yeah, I fucked the whole thing up.
All right.
You know,
Yeah.
My fault.
Messed up his own character's name. It's where we're at. I had to do a long intro and stumbled through it. Here we are.
I got it. It worked out pretty good. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy these in because Cyberbro, you are Roman Christian, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Everyone else is pagan, yes?
Yes.
Correct.
Where the hell? Oh, British pagan. There we go. I need you to open up your sheet and find the highest number that you have on your sheet that is the let me take a step back. If you have a high number that is one of these, as in 13 or higher, that is opposite to one of your religious traits, I need to know what that is. Okay. So for example, let's use Roman Christian. Let's say I had a cruel of 13 rather than merciful. As a Roman Christian, I would tell Bob that my cruel was 13, right? So maybe we'll start with you, Cyberbro. Do you have anything opposite of these traits: chaste, forgiving, merciful, modest, or temperate, that are 13 or above?
Negative.
Okay. What is the highest trait on the right side of your sheet then?
The highest trait on the right side of my sheet, my deceitful, reckless, and worldly are all 10.
Oh wow, you have nothing nothing higher than 10 on your right hand of your sheet.
I'm a good dude, really just a chill guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Just chill guy.
We haven't had time to cook you in bad directions yet.
Looks at my check and cruel.
Oh,
Nicole, following that same format, do you have? Hold on, let me just do this because I forgot to mention. One sec before you do.
No, I wasn't answering. I was just gonna save the traits out loud.
Yeah, just give me a sec. We'll go to Nicole next. Nicole, do you have any of the opposite of lustful, energetic, generous, honest, or proud at 13? No?
No.
And what is the highest trait on the right side of your sheet?
On the right side of my sheet would be proud at 15.
Okay, and then what after proud?
Lustful is 13,
Okay.
and reckless is also 13.
Understood. Beatrice.
Hi.
Hey.
The answer to the first question is no.
Okay.
I don't have opposites that are over 13.
What? Understood. What is your highest trait on the right side of your sheet then?
Suspicious. Let's be honest.
Okay.
They're very funny now that we're going over this. It is a very funny mix over here.
And what level's that at? Are you famous for that?
15.
I'm not quite famous for
And
it.
then the next highest is proud at a 14.
Okay. We will go to Olin next. Rebecca.
No opposites above 13.
Okay.
And do you just mean right side trait in general, correct?
Yep.
My highest is vengeful at 15.
Okay.
Followed by lustful at 13.
Understood.
What a combo.
Yeah. Okay. We will pick up there with folks. As we last saw Olwen and Elian, I think that's maybe it, right? Those are the only two that were able to retreat out of Barrel Crest,
Yeah.
out of your army of 6 that you had.
Army.
Yeah, that's why I said it. We see you riding. Where are you heading? Just so we kind of recap on that. Barrel Crest has fallen to the Cornish.
St. George. We're probably going to go through Forest Savage.
We see the two of you heading into dense fog. And then we pull away from the scene. All right. When we last left off with Beatrice, you were amongst the land of the dead.
You had to change the music for that, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, sure did.
Yeah, I had a rider coming.
Indeed. I will give you a sight test.
Is it to figure out who it is?
No, that would be recognized probably, or religion,
Okay.
probably.
Yeah, because we already went over it. I was just making sure. It's been a minute. Because I know who it is. I just wanted to make sure.
Who is it?
It's Gwydion.
Yep.
A boy.
Yeah, I found out. I rolled on it last time. Been thinking about this conversation. Yes.
As you kind of look out, you were seeing strands connected to you, connected to places. You see a very faint one, and it kind of arcs out. And in the distance, you swear you see like color. Like, this place is kind of barren and lifeless. You see a place filled with green. Green stands out more than anything else, probably. Which is a color typically absent of anywhere you've seen in the Ancilia realm or here.
Yeah.
What was that?
Music got really loud for me and I jumped.
Oh, did it?
It was like random like guitar, like electric guitar, and I was like, oh my god.
It's trying
Andrew
to
Lloyd Webber's
trying to
been
rock.
here.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
turn it down on my end. It scared me. I wasn't ready. Okay. I'm gonna let because she sees Gwydion. So she's probably gonna let him ride up
Yep.
before she moves to do anything.
He looks at you and tilts his head to the side. He says, Beatrice, what are you doing here?
Nothing I'm supposed to be honest. Magic has its issues, so I might have messed something up. And my mother might be involved. I don't remember if you got to meet my mother, but...
Not really. Not on that side anyways. She
apologize if you've met her here.
She holds a lot of influence here.
That I'm sure she does. She's playing a little game.
A game? He says with a raised brow.
She's trying something. But she's the reason I'm here and she's back there. I really was hoping not to have to fight with her again in this lifetime, but here we are.
I haven't known her very long, but I don't see her as the game sort here. Seems like she always has goals.
Gwydion. It's a figure of speech.
Oh, fair. I guess I don't hear things like that very often anymore.
You're not supposed to hear them at all.
Hmm. I'm kind of glad I got to see you. Do you know what you're gonna do from here? Are you dead?
No.
You don't seem dead. There's something different about you.
No, I'm not dead. I'm going to find a way back. And then remind my mother that she's not supposed to touch any part of my life.
Well, if I can be of help to you.
Well, you and I haven't been on a ride in a while. I believe the last time we did, I was 14. So...
He'll hold out his hand.
Have you gotten better? Before she takes his hand, she doesn't reach out to like touch his hand. It's just like a... She
Make
kind of
a
gives
suspicious roll.
like a cracking smile.
He kind of looks at you and shakes his head and laughs and says, well, better than the first time we met.
I believe I was riding in the front the first time we met.
He sighs.
I remember a boy running at a group of bandits and then not doing so well.
He's like, you know, it was almost a night by the time it happened, right?
Easy.
I would have been.
Oh,
He
yeah.
agrees, even though it didn't sound entirely that way.
He wasn't going to be. If I had seen knights half as brave as you were, we would have been fine.
All right.
And she's going to, when they start riding towards, following the weak strand off in the distance towards the color. That's where she wants to go.
Okay. You're gonna actually ride, yes? Is that like you're gonna he's behind you now at this point on the horse?
Oh no, she's directing. She's gonna let him.
Okay.
She's gonna let him. Oh god.
Make a backseat driving test real quick.
Failure.
Yeah.
Immediately. Yeah, no, she's a terrible backseat driver. She is behind him and is the worst backseat driver. Because her horsemanship is actually okay. Or sad. But yeah. She wants to go. So she's going to direct him how to follow the strand, and if it becomes too frustrating to direct him, she is then going to sit in front and be in charge of steering.
Okay. You you start in the direction of that, and again, this is kind of like open and barren land. As you get closer, your sight allows you to kind of see. It's almost like there's a barrier, maybe the ending of one realm connecting to another, but the land beyond that strand is lush and filled with life.
I can't go into it.
No, you aren't quite there yet. You're maybe like a few hundred meters away at this point, riding towards it.
Ask Gwydion. Do you know what that is?
He has a look of confusion. I think you've seen this confusion on the dead before.
Oh, okay.
It looks like he's missing something, missing an understanding. But he says, like, as he looks at it, you can tell he's sort of like captivated, and he says, I don't know. Sometimes those who are here go there, but I haven't seen anyone come back through it.
That's reassuring.
Give me an awareness test.
Let's not go. Jesus Christ. Get the fumble counter out. I'm the
Key one.
smart.
That's a key one.
Great. Fantastic. I'm glad. I'm finding a marker.
Yeah. Gwydion sort of looks frightened and pulls the horse to a stop. And he's like, Did you hear that?
Hear what?
We have to go. With that, he turns and starts to ride in the other direction.
Where are we going and why?
He doesn't seem to react to you now. It's like he's very focused on the obsession of getting away.
I think she'll keep like kind of poking at him and kicking at him and asking him why, hoping that he'll answer, because she doesn't clearly have any idea. Also, the fumble I know is useless.
You hear dogs barking.
Oh. Yeah. So we've had our people be chased by the wild hunt before. So theoretically, I would believe she knows what it is because we've had more than one knight get chased by them.
Religious roll, please.
Yeah, that's fair. Bonus or no? It's okay if no.
I'm gonna say no because I know you have it
Yay.
high. Yeah.
Wow, everything hates me right now.
You know
I
what's fun?
suck.
You know what's funny? I believe I just watched a portion of a stream where you did that exact same roll, 18 out of 15 on religion.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
just the dice haven't liked me lately.
All right, recognize roll flat, please.
Oh god. See, this one I know is gonna fail. Because my recognize, I have never leveled up on this character ever. Yeah, that's also a failure. Just a string of failures. We're riding a horse, guys.
Yeah. You're not
Gotcha.
certain if that's what this is, but you have met it, so I'm not gonna take away your ability to
Hasn't met the wild hunt. We've had 2 knights
Yeah.
be chased by the wild hunt. We've had Bowie and we've had Every, I believe, in a separate instance.
You're suspicious enough to know that these sounds together are not an ideal situation.
She'll push the horse forward too from the back.
As you see in the distance, you see a rider seemingly appear almost like out of the fog. And you see with them and behind them a chain of like dozens of like faded lights that just kind of hover behind him as he rides towards you. You see that he's got a cloak carried high and a crook in his hand. The rider moves exceptionally fast, and Gwydion tries to ride faster.
I'll help egg the horse on if I can without spooking it too bad.
All right. At that point, we change scenes just as the rider catches up to Gwydion's horse. And we will come back. One sec here. All right, folks. We're going to zoom in next on Lucius, because we have not seen him for the better part of an episode. As Lucius enters the fog... hold on a different one. Let me see what else I got. Nope, I just did that. Where's the Nimue one? There.
The which one?
I'm mumbling to myself. I'm talking to myself.
Oh, okay. Kind of concerning.
I will take 2d100 roll from you, good sir.
All right. Luck be a lady tonight. 1. Oh, okay. All over the place. 97 and 13.
Okay. I need you to make a spiritual test for me.
Success.
There we go. You may ticket, good sir.
Oh, sweet. He's riding through the fog, thinking of Sir Cormac. I could be half as spiritual as him.
You, as you kind of ride through, you look about at your surroundings, and it's almost like a bit of a guided tour. You see a court, like a feast court kind of thing, like a celebratory court, filled in some sort of, actually in Carline, but it looks different. It looks maybe a little bit older. And all of a sudden you're off your horse. And you're standing in this courtroom.
I'll look around and yell the name of my horse. Thrax, where are you? To me, he says.
You see, yeah, nothing. But some in the room kind of look at you and they look confused your way.
Do I recognize anyone in the room? Older, but
I'm gonna give you a recognize roll -5, and if you have a really low recognize, and just roll a d20 and see if you get a 1.
Okay. I've got an 11 in recognize. I don't. If you want me to, I can roll the dice -5, and we'll see. You know, I've got an 11.
Yeah. Roll -5. Yeah, 11 -5. Yep. Make your Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, you. Not only do you not recognize anyone here, but you're surprised you don't recognize anybody in Carline. It seems confusing. But as you call for your horse, a man with like a duke's crown comes over to you.
Mhm.
And he looks at you and he says, that is a fine armor you wear, Sir Knight.
Thank you. It's my lord. This is, well, it serves its purpose.
May I? He kind of wants to admire it with his. Looks like he wants to like put his hands on it, but he doesn't want to offend you.
I would I don't know. Well, the last time I was in a weird situation, a lady held my sword to my throat, so I think Lucius would have learned from that. And if I would be so bold as to ask that you didn't, I'm a bit under the weather. I would want to get you sick.
Ah, yes. I've heard of a sickness further east. Who were you calling for, Sir Knight? That was strange. It was like you were talking to your horse.
My honesty and deceitful are equal. So I don't know if Lucius would lie.
Do you want to test? If so, just pick one, roll one, and then if it fails, roll the other one.
Okay. Rolling honest, failed honest. Okay, deceitful.
It's
failed
totally
deceitful.
your choice. Which means you can also re-roll if you want. If you.
Okay. I think he would say, if I'm being honest, well, times have been strange, and perhaps I was confused, but I believe I was just riding my horse and I find myself in. Where am I? Is this Carlisle?
Where else would you be, Sir Knight? If you're looking for your horse, I can show you to the stables. I
Well,
don't normally do that, but
I was in St. George. I was looking for someone. Hmm.
in Summerland?
Yes. Well, Somerset.
Must be what the locals are referring to it as.
My lord, this may be a Well, I'm sorry. I'm in your court. What is your name?
And at that point, you see a younger looking man with a king's crown on. And he looks to be maybe like teenage years.
Mhm.
Give me an intrigue test.
Intrigue. Yep, no.
Okay.
That's
There's something off about him. There's something off about the engagement with him, but he kind of stands at the side of your conversation, looking at the Duke, but not wanting to interrupt, which is not something a king would typically do. And then finally, he steps forward and says, there you are. I hope I'm not interrupting, Vortigern. And Vortigern looks annoyed and says, my king, you are of no inconvenience at all. But I am speaking to this foreign knight. And he says, oh, yes, when you're not busy, of course.
Bob, you just got really digital for me, or maybe
Oh, did I?
I'm getting digital.
Getting digital.
Okay, I think we're good now.
Okay, what out of all that did you catch?
All I heard was Vortigern. I just heard the name Vortigern.
Okay, so you heard the bit about the king and such.
No, it just digital. It sounded like the Matrix, Vortigern, and then more Matrix sound.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. So just getting notices on important stuff happening outside of game. So I apologize. And I want to know more. So I'm going to go on a break, but I want to finish this scene first real quick before I do. So basically what you missed is the man with the king's crown. Did you hear that bit?
Yes, a man with the king's crown. Yeah.
Okay, so he approached at the side. Something about him suggested that he didn't want to interrupt his conversation, which is sort of not proper etiquette for a king, I guess you might say. Like a king should have no issue interrupting. And then he says, he said, there you are. When you have a second, and I hope I'm not being of any inconvenience, he says kind of nervously, and Vortigern says, no, of course. I was just speaking to this foreign knight. Just allow me to finish, my king. And the king nods. And with that, he will, the one presumably with the Duke crown, presumably Vortigern, waves for you to follow.
I will follow Vortigern, quote unquote.
Okay. You find yourself sort of like kind of transported in that dreamlike state. You see yourself walking through Carline, like very familiar to you though. Like this has an accuracy that dreams don't have as far as placement. And you see the royal stables, which aren't far off Nanteliad stables at this point. As he approaches, you see him look to you, and he says, "Well, you should be able to find your horse in here. Though I should warn you to keep to the main roads as well as you can. There are picks all about these lands."
I thank you for that warning.
And with that, what do you want to do?
I look in the stables for my horse. This is, and I guess
give me a hunting roll.
Hunting.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Lucius is just off his game.
You make your way into the stables, and all of a sudden you find yourself back on the road, covered by fog, riding on the trail in pursuit of what should be the young Winter Prince. But there's no sight of him, nor is there any sight of the other knights, such as Brastius or Cadogan, who have gone out into the fog with you. So you ride alone on this path.
I'm gonna say to my horse, "We're gonna keep this between us."
Give me a horsemanship roll.
The horse is gonna go around spreading rumors. Like,
The horse is good.
Hey, look at
critical.
that. There you go. It just as you kind of look down at him, you realize all of a sudden there's like a low tree that's come down over the trail, and you managed to bound up over it just in time, avoiding a major what would have been a major problem. So you can tick your horsemanship.
right.
And add 16 glory.
Plus 16. Lord.
All right. In your hunt for the Winter Prince continues. A.K. Anakin, A.K. Finn. But we're gonna quickly just go on pause just so I can check in with a couple of things here, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Thanks for your patience, folks. We'll be back. All right. We are back with more. let's see what y'all are up to, because we are continuing on.
Right?
Elian, please give me a spiritual roll.
Oh, shit. Okay. I was like, please let it be hunting. Okay, good.
Hey.
Okay. By the way, Cyberbro, you can tick spiritual if I didn't say that. If I did, don't worry about it.
I think you did. Yep, we're good.
Elian, you can tick spiritual and then roll 2d100, please.
79 and 91.
Good. Oh, good.
Ugh.
I don't like the sound of that.
Roll 2d100 one more time. Maybe a little bit more than that.
82 and 83.
Okay. You are riding on your horse, and you can hear Owen's horse beside you.
Oh, I thought we were on the same horse.
We were on the
for
same
some
horse.
reason.
Oh, are you on the same horse? Okay.
Yeah.
How about this? You can hear another horse behind you at this point.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick up speed.
Okay. It
and
picks
make
up
my
speed
way-
too.
Oh, great. How far am I from entering Forest Sauvage?
You don't know if you're entering the Forest Sauvage. What are you talking about?
I mean, that's where I was heading toward. Was my plan.
I thought you were heading to St. George.
Yeah, I was planning on going to St. George, but I was going to make a way through Forest Sauvage. Trying.
The Forest
limit
Sauvage is
any
not in
trails.
Summerland. Not technically. Sometimes you cross there through going through the forest. You're asking whether you're in the forest of Summerland or not? Is that the idea?
I guess, yeah.
Through the wilderness?
She figured she's going to be taking a bit of a long way because she's worried about being tailed.
Yeah, that's fair. Still, the Forest Sauvage is like way out of county.
Further away. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So you would be taking the scenic route, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to look for somewhere we can kind of hide real quick.
Okay. Do you say anything to Olwen?
She wants to try and be quiet.
So what do you say, or what do you do?
She just tells her, "You must be silent now."
Yeah, you turn to look at Olwen, and she's not on the horse.
Oh, great.
Yeah. But as you turn, you also get a glimpse of the rider. It's a teenage Ninteliad.
Been a long time since I've seen that. Okay.
Yeah.
She
He's-
would have been just a child. A long child. Okay.
You were close to his age, if I recall correctly.
I was a little younger.
But you were his friend, right?
I was his friend. Yeah, he was like my senior.
Yeah. So I'm guessing within 2 or 3 years of him, if that's the case. We'd have to do the math to figure it out. But
Yeah, like a little more, but yeah. I think it's closer to like years or something.
yeah. He's like out of breath, and he's like, you're just as fast as you were before.
Ninteliad?
Elian? He says, confused.
You're much younger than you should be.
Father says I'll grow up in time. Look, we all has baby faces. My grandfather, Vortimer, had a baby face right up to 19, they said. They grew a beard.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I look to you? She kind of looks down at herself.
I don't know. 14? 15? Why are you asking such silly questions? He says.
When I look at myself, do I seem to be like I'm 14 or 15?
No.
Also, at that age, he would have thought she was a man.
Yeah.
He wouldn't
that's
have
fair.
known she was a she.
Yeah.
Just a reminder.
I don't think he referred to you as anything of such.
Yeah, no, he hasn't yet. That's what put that out there in case anyone watching doesn't know. Ellie never corrected anyone in her gender back then. She's just like, yeah, just assume I'm a man. That's cool.
He says, there's something that I did want to talk to you about. I've been waiting to talk to you for some time. I promised the Archbishop I would speak to you about it, actually.
Okay. Did we ever have a conversation in the past?
You're struggling to remember, but you feel like very... Make a pride test, please. And you have to roll per... Actually, you get to choose, because you don't have pride 16, right? You have pride 15?
I have pride 15. I succeed, though.
Okay. You do not have to test the other one. You feel like frustration boiling up in you, even though you don't fully know. You know this is a hard topic, and you're already struggling with it a bit. Like, even you have like almost like an instinctual response to feel flustered and frustrated.
Okay, she tries to push that down. Or however good that is.
Well, your proud success suggests that you are failing
she's
at
also
such...
super honest, so she's probably not doing a very good job.
No.
But she's not like bursting out with words, at least.
I know the people of these... I know the people of these lands have followed the old ways for many times, but for a great many years, but as you see, most of the families have moved forward and accepted the one God. And, well, the Archbishop and I both think that you would be looked at more favorably if not your father, if at least you accepted Christ.
It feels like a disservice to both your God and my gods. Were I to convert for only that reason.
People convert for all sorts of reasons, Elian.
It would be dishonest of me to pledge loyalty to a God I don't fully believe in.
Perhaps, but then your offspring would have the opportunity to be truthful in it. They could learn of the ways.
Her kind of twitches because he doesn't know. Yeah. And she goes, I don't think that's going to be a problem, for me at least.
Would you at least consider it? I've told the Archbishop I would.
I will certainly consider your advice. Should I ever feel the calling, you'll be the first person I talk to about it.
you kind of all of a sudden it's like you're riding and then he's like ahead of you now on the road, and you hear him sort of muttering to himself, even though you shouldn't be able to hear him muttering to awareness test. What are we doing? I need to roll. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Success.
You shouldn't be able to hear him in this. But you hear him and he says, so stubborn. I don't know why I call them a friend.
He does call me a friend. So
Yeah. I want you to make another proud test. Your choice again.
I failed. I feel like that's a good thing, probably.
Well, you can make a modest test.
God, fuck. This is not gonna go well. Yeah.
No, it didn't. However, in that case, you find yourself. Actually, we'll pause on that. We'll pause you there for a second. But you do not have to tick proud. You may choose to if you want, though.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like not getting to be famous would not be good.
Owen.
Owen,
Spiritual test, please.
you got it, buddy. Success.
No fumbles. These are the important things that are happening right now. Okay. 2D 100, please.
Oh, purse. Ah, shoot, hang on.
119.
I accidentally rolled.
2D 200.
Yeah.
2D 1000.
Yay. Come on, buddy. 10 and 23.
Okay. All of a sudden, you hear Elian say, Owen, careful! And then all of a sudden, you feel the horse lurch and you're thrown off the horse. And you land with a thud. You kind of skid. Roll a d6. You take 2 damage. You're covered in like a mud as you kind of climb up within the fog. But when you like look forward, you don't see yourself on the forest path any further. You look up to what is now a very familiar court. The court of your mother. You see a few horses at the stables as you kind of walk through the courtyard. You see your own horse. You see Alien's horse. You see Rockfell's horse.
Oh. Did we all make it into Faerie like I had hoped?
You don't remember crossing over, and if you did, must have been one of those random spots that you can hit at certain times of the year.
Maybe I hit my head harder than I thought. She's just gonna like press around her head to feel if she feels any bruises from that fall.
You do not. You see the Goblin Knight standing there waiting for you.
Oh, you made it too.
He bows to you and says, Lady Olwen, your mother is expecting you.
Already? I know she gave me the year off, but winter and... Oh, well, best not to keep her waiting, I suppose.
He holds out his arm to escort you.
She will take it.
Okay. You walk into an event you try to forget from your memory often. A replay of Gwydion's father rolled out on the table.
Oh. Wait, no. We're not doing this again.
The Goblin Knight reaches to his side and pulls a dagger and hands it to you. He says, You've learned a lot since then. Show us what you have in you now.
I've already done this. I don't have to do it again to prove anything. What good does killing a dead person over again do?
Back then you were an unaccepted heir. Now you're the Princess of Autumn.
And?
Your mother's court, no, your court, would like to see your malice.
I didn't do it out of malice in the first place. I did it as a mercy. He was maimed and dying, and he would have died slower.
That might be so. The first time.
And what, killing him a second time when he's already dead? That proves I don't need to. I don't want to.
The Goblin Knight just stands there with the weapon out, holding it towards you.
No, I'm more than what my mum told me to be.
I need you to test cruelty for me. If you are not famous, you may opt to roll the opposite, of course, first.
I am not, so I will roll merciful first. That's a success.
Okay. You have no problem. But then the Goblin Knight says, "Oh, surely it must feel good to pay him back for what he did to his son."
But I did in anger, in the hope that it would make me feel better. But in truth, felt worse. the moment it happened. The moment it was handed over, I knew it was wrong. And if I am to serve my friend's memory, it is to do what he asked of me. And to not look back, but only look forward.
All right.
I own what I did. I will not make the same mistake twice.
Test honor for me.
As a fail.
That's okay. I want you to test vengeful versus forgiving. You may choose which one you want to roll first, unless one's famous.
We'll roll forgiving first. Oh my god, critical!
Hey. Make a roll. Okay, you feel that your words are not only what you want to say, what you want to believe, but it's also the truth. And you turn to run in the opposite direction, and you trip and fall in the mud.
Graceful as ever, Owen.
And as you stand up, I'm going to give Olwyn an awareness test, and I'm going to give Elian an awareness test.
Success.
Success.
You turn back immediately behind you, Elian, and you see Olwyn standing up out of the mud.
She is muddy. Okay, that was going to be my first question.
Yeah. Damage is real.
Mm-hmm.
Fall off the horse. It's like thick fog. You can barely see through it. But the two of you spot each other.
I'm going to hurry forward and pull her up to the horse.
Sorry, I should have listened to you.
Listen to me?
You told
But
me
I
to
want
watch
to-
out, and I didn't hold on.
I tried to talk to you. You were already no longer there.
Huh.
I thought we were being chased. We kind of. I think it was all in my head. I don't remember if I ever actually had that conversation with the Inteliad.
Did we? Oh. There must be things playing tricks on us. I think I had a conversation as well in my head.
We should get out of these mess as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. With haste, and then she'll kind of just put her arms around and hold on as they ride.
Yep.
Make
As
a hunting
always.
roll, Elian.
As we're going, just as an aside, Ellie goes, by the way, did you know Inteliad had a baby face when he was younger?
I know next to nothing about an Inteliad, honestly.
Well, apparently
I
that's
know
why he grew
loads
the
of
beard.
people seem to like him.
But success.
Okay, and Olwyn, roll a d4 for me.
Buddy.
Your forgiving
one.
goes up to 6.
Ooh.
Okay. We are going to zoom back into Beatrice. Down in the lovely land to which she's in.
Yeah, it's all sunshine and roses over there.
It's true.
It's great. We are getting caught by the wild hunt.
Remember those like glowing like orb thingies you saw? Give me a sight test. Hey, All Things Fantasy. Welcome in.
Hello.
I'd
I'm
wave, but I have a big
danger.
kitten in my arms.
Success.
Sorry about that.
You're all good. You see Beatrice like at the edge of them, you see like people like pushing like out of them, like they're like a soul trapped inside each of the orbs trying to fight its way through. I want you to make a recognize roll for me.
Oh, it's gonna be trash. I have a 3. I failed.
Okay. So you don't see too much other than this. It's very captivating to see these souls trying to fight free. You see, of course, the figure before you. He doesn't speak, but you hear a voice still. It sort of booms around you. You see him reach out with the crook, and you see him pull at Gwydion. Gwydion kind of takes a deep breath. He first starts to fight it, but it's clear like he has no ability to resist what is happening to him.
What? Sorry. This is partially my own naivety about what exactly the wild hunt is. So, as far as the wild hunt, these aren't souls at rest. They're just being dragged as part of this for the rest of eternity.
You can make a folklore test or a fairy lore test. You failed religious already.
Yeah, it was.
So
it's been a time, you know.
Yeah.
If Beatrice could get some rolls, I would be very happy. Fairy lore succeeded.
Okay. Each of these will be according to the knowledge set you chose. So this will be from the fairy perspective. They say that the wild hunt only touches upon mortal souls, collecting them and bringing them to rest.
I think Beatrice, I need to roll some.
Yep.
Okay. I think she says audibly for a moment, because she has her hands around Gwydion's waist, and she's just going to say to the figure, a moment, if it's all right.
You realize, like, they look to you and it's like they hadn't quite acknowledged your presence until you
Yeah.
spoke.
Oh,
Like-
yeah. It's a bad choice that we're making.
They tilt their head to the side.
I know what you're here to do.
The voice speaks around you. But that does not tell me why you are here. You don't belong here.
No, I don't. I'm trying to go back. So that I'm not messing so much with the way things are supposed to be. He is helping me get out of here. So I can go home.
He is past due.
I know. I knew the first time I saw him. I was going to help him find rest when I had the chance, because the woman that brought him back shouldn't have. Would you allow him to help me home before he goes and rests? So things can be right again.
I'm gonna see. He may or may not, I think, in this case. So
yeah, no, I knew this was gonna be a toss up. She's trying.
Yeah, I'm gonna
She
get
be-
you to make a courtesy roll here.
Oh God. I go
You can impassion if you want. No.
Oh, but it's so bad. Oh no. Horse God, please. Thank you, Horse God. It's been a minute. God, I love Horse God. Okay. That's +5, right?
Indeed.
I ask every time, like I haven't been playing this
You're all good.
almost 2 years.
By the way, for anyone who is chiming into this game for the first time, this is Pendragon-ish. So
Hello.
this is a very fitting game for Pendragon 4th edition, involving a half-fae, a Wiccan enchantress, and pagan enchantress, I guess would probably be the more appropriate thing.
I don't know what it's called.
And then we have a knight who was lost in Faerie for several years and only aged a slight bit in that time.
And a Roman knight.
And a Roman knight who is our feature, as we've mentioned.
The featured Roman knight.
So a very non-standard Pendragon game, though I will announce that we have been given reason to believe that, not reason to believe, we know that there's rules coming out for this, so we'll be able to bring this stuff back into the game again, which is exciting. So one day in the
Pioneered it, baby.
nearest future, we'll be able to actually all convert to full 6th edition rules. Yay. Okay, and I'm just fixing some camera stuffs. Got it.
I move.
Okay, that's good. That you would have
I pass.
You would have passed anyways.
Yeah. But the Horse God loves me, so.
When you do that, that brings about 2 points.
Okay.
One, he recognizes you for what you are and who you serve. 2, he seems to accept your request. Very well. So long as I have his word that he will return to me once he is done.
She'll look at Quinn in the awkward way because we're on a horse. This isn't easy. It's up to you. She'll take you somewhere. You should have never been brought back.
With that, you see a little bit of life in Gwydion's face.
Yeah.
There's two things you knew about him as a want to be knight, aspiring knight, is that he was brave and then he took his word very seriously. And he looks to this one here and says, I accept the offer, if you will allow it. And the one with the crook, the wild hunt, looks to you and says, I require but one more favor.
And what is that?
He reaches into his hand into his pocket with his hand. You see him pull out what looks like a bracelet or something of the sort. He says, this belongs to my heir. I wish for you to find him and bring him it.
Your heir is in my home.
The land they call Summerland.
Then it really is in my home, whatever's left of it.
Can I trust this with you, devotee of Rhiannon?
I'll do my best. She'll bow her head and put out her hand. She knows better than to backsass them.
He puts the bracelet in your hand.
Your heir, if you don't mind me asking, are they a man or a woman?
A man.
Okay. How will I know them?
You will know them by their cowardice. And with that, he turns. I'm going to give you one more recognize roll.
I'm not gonna pass.
You are still
I have a
impassioned.
+5, but like it's really, really bad, and I really, really want to know because I'm nosy. Please.
There you go. Okay. You see one of the orbs. You see Brockvale.
Does he see me?
Yeah.
She'll smile at him.
He smiles
She
back.
knows me. She'll bow to him because, like, the most that Beatrice does, out of respect. Probably the most. She has been so mean to him in his lifetime. So the most respect that Beatrice has ever
First
given
time?
him.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah. Because she knows. Because like when she left, she knew Cornwall was marching towards. So she theoretically knows, like, he died in battle probably. Like that's why she left. So yeah, she'll kind of bow, curtsy, whatever she normally does, and to him.
Okay. I just want to check in and see if Cyberbro's here. Yep. Hey, on command.
Yep, I'm here.
All right. I need another spiritual test, please.
From me?
Yep.
Okay, no problem. Spiritual. Come on. Ah, failure. Fortunate.
2D100, good sir.
Right, 2D100. Here we go.
Your next trial is going to be a bit rougher.
All right, 19 and 68.
Okay, one sec. I got you slightly out of screen here. Just fix that. There we go. Okay. 1968. Okay. Weird. Okay. Sorry about that. Just got thrown off by something I was looking at. Okay, we'll continue with this trend. You are not weak in any of these traits, which is a good sign.
Lucius is a good guy.
Yeah. You find yourself at the Giant Stance. Have you ever been to the Giant Stance? Are you even familiar what the Giant Stance is?
I'm not. No, I don't think Lucius has been there.
Folklore test, please.
Okay. Ooh. Success.
You approach a set of standing stones. Except for these ones seem to be circular in nature. You see the back of a figure that's not on horse. They seem to be standing at the edge of the standing stones. It's like right around dusk.
Okay. Do they appear to be Finnegan's size?
No. It's pretty hard to say, but they're not dressed like a knight. They have like a cloak on and a walking staff in their hand.
Okay.
You see, as you get closer, you recognize this for what it is. This is you're not sure exactly where it is in Logris, but you know it's a site of Logris. You know that it's the burial site of King Uther Pendragon, King Aurelius Ambrosius, Prince Matic, and one beloved friend of Aurelius, which is Duke Gorlo of Cornwall.
Oh. Interesting. Yeah, that's what he'll say to his horse. Interesting boy. Well, let's go mingle. We have to be social. Hail and well met, traveler. I am Lucius Julius Julianus.
Yes, you are. The voice says. And they kind of keep staring forward.
Yes. I appear to be. I'm lost. I'll come forward and I'll say it. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Do you know which way is Somerset?
Well, if you and I were true to be at this site, then it would be through the forest gloom. He points to the west. But the truth is that neither you nor I am actually here. Not here in the land of dreams.
So, we are in the land of dreams, or we're not?
We are, my boy.
Ah. Okay. How do I return to the normal world? How do I leave the land of dreams?
I can answer that question for you, but perhaps there's a more important question than that to answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a bit, for lack of a better phrase, frazzled right now. What is your name? It was impolite of me. I offer my name and I don't ask for yours. I apologize.
No harm taken. I am the Merlin.
Truly. That was rude. I'm sorry. You didn't, question me as to what my name was. So I apologize. I just hear a lot of folklore about Merlin, about the Merlin, and I did not expect to meet you.
And I did not expect to meet you. But sometimes these things, these occurrences, are destined.
Yes. Well,
Do you know a great deal about destiny, Sir Lucius?
I can't say that I do. I pride myself on duty.
It is a knight's ordeal, indeed. But if you are to follow the one whom you currently chase after, then you ought to know a great deal of destiny.
Yes. I have heard recently the king of Summerland, now Somerset, he said the king is the land is the king. That resonated with me. It was pretty clear who he was speaking about. Young Finnegan.
That is no metaphor. It is a truth. The land will grow and flourish when the king flourishes, and when the king fails himself, the land too will suffer.
Yes, but isn't that true of any king? A wise and noble king leads his court well, and in turn his court performs their duties well, and the land flourishes. And when he is overcome by worldly vices, the land decays.
He smiles. Wise words, wise words. But you are thinking too narrow. The line of Constantine, their resting places here. They all served the land in one way or the other, whether they realized it or not. But only one will fail to rest here in the end.
Will fail to rest here in the end. The boy? It appears all men must die. But
He nods.
it is... I have a number of oaths. One of them is to keep the boy safe. So, until I am relieved of that oath, the boy will not be resting anytime soon.
Indeed. He says it solemnly.
So if I might ask you, if it is within your knowledge, where is the boy? My ward, my charge, my oath.
You seek to find him. This is good. With that, he, without kind of looking up at you, he just points his finger in a direction.
All right, come on, Thrax, let's go. Can I ask you another question?
Very well.
This is a personal oath. The good lady Lysandra, do you know if she still lives?
You see him look to you, and then he looks past you for a minute. She lives, he says.
That's good.
She is a captive of Prince Mark.
Mm. Then out of character. I've met Prince Mark before, haven't I? Yes. Prince. Yes, I have. Lucius has.
Do you remember him at the feast?
Yeah, he was at the feast. Very rude. Very rude. Sharp dresser. Very well dressed. Yeah, but rude.
Yeah.
Lucius was saying he's a very rude man. I don't assume that he would treat his guests very well.
Perhaps he might treat his guests well, but he is convinced that the pagans in Summerland are a problem.
He is.
You will wish... Should you wish to find her safe, go and find your boy king. Or your boy prince, he says. Go and find your boy prince. And then you must see to another oath.
You say I must see to another oath, the oath of Lysandra, or is there another one out there?
He gets cranky. He says, "Of course, it's the one with Sandra."
I have a lot of oaths. I'm sorry. It's hard to keep them straight. You know, most knights only have one oath. They take an oath and then they go about their business. I have like 4 right now. I'm doing very well with most of them, except for this one at the moment.
He nods to you, and there's a solemn look, and he says, "Fear not should you fail one. I can see in your heart that you mean not to." There's something very chilling about the way he said that. And then seemingly like out of nowhere, he's gone. But you still stand before the standing stones.
I return to my horse.
Okay.
Now I kind of put my head to the horse's head and it's just like, we will not fail.
Okay.
And I get back on the horse and I ride in the direction he pointed, hopefully not into the forest gloom.
You start to ride in that direction, and you can see what looks like a forest. But you enter a patch of fog, and I want you to make a hunting roll plus 20.
Hunting roll plus 20. Boy. Oh. Kind of like a critical, a real critical, or a fake critical. No, it's one of the ones where it's just plus 20, so anything over 20 is a critical. Okay,
What's your base hunting?
My base hunting is at 11.
Perfect. Thank you.
They're recording your glory, or that critical, because you get the glory based off what your actual number is. Just explaining that out loud. So, as you ride through, you find yourself on a forest path again. But the path leads to an opening in the forest, like an open field. You see Finnegan. He's on a horse, or he's got his steed beside him, and right next to like a fallen tree. It's like it was like there was one tree at the center of this field, and it's now toppled over. Looks like someone cut it down. You see him just standing and staring, and you see that, or an eagle across from him. Awareness test.
Awareness test. Okay. Oh, snap. Another critical. No, yeah. Hey.
You hear the boy talk, Finnegan, and he says, "And where am I going to find someone to do that? I'm a teen. I'm squire age. No one worth their salt would do such for me. I wouldn't do that for me when I was a knight." And you hear another voice. It's almost like on the wind. And the voice says, "There is one. He approaches now." Are you prepared?
Sorry for interrupting.
You're good.
My bad. Yeah. At that, I think Lucius would trot up with his horse beside Finnegan.
Okay.
Taking a lovely night stroll, Finnegan?
You see the eagle take off and begin to fly overhead, kind of circling the two of you.
Are you okay?
He nods.
Were you hurt? Did you? This is the fogs here are strange. We both know this. Have you seen anything too disturbing? You're all right.
I am well enough. Yes. I'm sorry I left. I shouldn't have done that to you or the others. I know the threat that follows me. The Praetor. I'm a threat to any that wish to rule this land, I suppose.
A threat to any that wish to rule this land. Interesting kind of phrase. But a way to think about it is that you are a boon to the people who live on this land, should you choose to be. What was the eagle telling you when I came up?
You know who I am. You see a look of sort of like determination in him that you didn't see before. A look of maturity that you didn't see before.
I raise an eyebrow at that. Yes, I do know. Do you? I see. Well then. What exactly were you told?
I'm the heir of Uther Pendragon, and King Aurelius before him, and King Constance before him, and King Constantine, their father.
Well, you know this now. I wouldn't go around telling people that. He chuckles a little bit. No, seriously, don't go around telling people that. It's a lot to take on, a lot to be burdened with. Should you choose to see it as a burden, you could see it as a duty. I say that word a lot to you, to other knights, duty. I have a number of oaths. I see none of them as burdens. All of my oaths are the confidence individuals have invested in me and what I can do. And they're not a burden. They uplift me, just like the wings of that eagle uplifts it. It's all a matter of perspective, I suppose. Now,
Indeed.
I need you to be honest with me. The wind was telling you that someone had to do something for you. What did it say?
I cannot be king as a squire. I need you to knight me, Sir Lucius.
Out of character, is that something within my capability to do?
Listen, so you can give me... Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to trick me into giving him a car. Like, I know this trick.
Yeah. What is to be the best way? It should be something knightly. You can take the highest of intrigue, courtesy. There's one other one I'm missing. Let's go with those two, and you may test it.
They are both 11. Okay, Lucius, you've had some good luck. I want to impassion myself with Loyalty Lord.
Okay.
All right. Okay, that's a success. All right. Yeah, not gonna get me. Okay. +5.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Success.
Okay, because you impassion yourself with loyalty, Lord, technically there is a certain acceptance between any sort of a landless squire and a knight, especially during the times of anarchy, where any noble knight could knight any non-noble squire. There's a difference between like what can be done though and like what's genuinely or generally accepted. In the times of like Uther, that would be kind of a faux pas to just randomly not get a lord to do it, right? It seems like it should be something with loyalty lord. I think to emphasize this, technically, yes, it can be done. Intelia didn't ask you to come here and knight him. So you're kind of wrestling with that. Could it be done? Yes. I'm sure the talking eagle thing is probably throwing you off a bit as well. But welcome to Summerland.
Yeah. I'm going to look to Finnegan. Okay. Do you want me to knight you? Is that what you desire? That I do it?
I do. Will you knight me, Sir Lucius?
Right. Then I will. And should any speak ill of it, I will uphold and defend it. That is another oath.
He will lower himself to his knees.
I don't do it with the sword Natalia gave me. I do it with my ancestral blade, Faerie Maternum.
Okay.
And I give him the knight's oath. I don't have it memorized.
Yes. Well, it's funky, right? Because you're not a lord, so it'd look a little different. What are you emphasize out of your? What does Lucius think are the most important traits of a knight? Looking at traits on your sheet and passions on your sheet.
Okay. Right. So I'm going to charge him with 8 Saxons. I'm kidding. Finnegan, I charge you to be merciful to those that are deserving of it. I charge you to be modest rather than proud. I charge you to be temperate. I charge you to pursue your duties with the energy of the very sun. I charge you to be valorous, never cowardly. I charge you to defend your family, those that you call guests, and most of all, I charge you to bring honor to the moment we share here.
As a knight of this land, I will serve its people. As the heir of the Pendragon, I will protect it.
Then rise, Sir Knight.
All right. And with that, you hear the eagle that's still circling begin to call above this locale.
I wonder if I'll ask Finnegan. I wonder if this clearing has a name.
He smiles to you and puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, perhaps when the fog clears, we should know.
Yes. You've been knighted, so it's not proper for me to punish you for running away tonight. You were going to push so many rocks as we're trotting off. So many rocks. From sunrise to sunset, you were going to push rocks. But you're a knight now, so we'll be sparring tomorrow.
Very well.
With rocks.
The way they do in Barrow Crest. Yeah.
The first
Dodge rocks.
blood.
Yeah. Dodge rock. Yeah.
Dodge rock, yeah.
Okay. So we see the two of you continue back on the path. We see we're gonna go back real quick because we're near close for the night. Just got one more scene that we need to finish off here. We see Beatrice alongside Gwydion. Gwydion continues to kind of escort you. You travel for quite a while, actually. And then you see... oh, one sec here. You travel for a while. Roll me 2d100. I need to just make sure that the...
I thought I had dodged the 2D100 game.
You almost did. But
37 and 1. 37 and 1. Because I would roll the lowest possible number.
Without really any clarity about where you're going, you see him pull up to, like, beside what looks like a little bit of a cliff, maybe like 5 feet down. And in it, you see like a pool of water, but it's dark and you can't see beneath the surface at all.
Do you know this place?
He shakes his head.
Then why did you stop?
It is where she found you. In the water.
Where my mother found.
He nods.
I can't go through it like she can.
Perhaps not normally. I did not find this by my own accord.
You felt it.
He nods. Something is guiding me here.
Guess you and I have to be ready for next, huh?
He nods.
Are you afraid, Gwydion?
No. With that, he'll move to dismount and offer you his hand.
She'll dismount with him. You're always braver than all of us.
It's what found me here, though.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The way things were meant to go. You'll be happier at the end of that journey. They're fighting for Barrowcrest now. Maybe already have, or maybe haven't started, but I took my child and ran. You wouldn't have run.
He nods. He doesn't say anything in turn. He just nods.
You're a better person, Woody. You shouldn't have to fight this. You shouldn't have been brought back. You should have been allowed to rest. And I mean that out of care. Not out of me just being, well, me.
Perhaps I'll find my peace now.
We'll come join you someday.
He
No,
nods.
not forever. Except maybe Olwen. I haven't really gotten the full understanding of what Olwen.
Perhaps it will be a short time here.
Do you want me to tell her anything?
Tell her that I'll remember her at Samhain.
Alright. She's going to turn and grab him by the shoulder so that he's facing her. Because she's just been staring at the water up until this point. You're never going to be a pawn in any game again. You died a knight. And now you get the piece that goes with that.
I died a squire, he says.
No, you. Who are the ones who get to sing the songs going on? You are a knight. It doesn't matter. The details in the end.
He puts a hand on you.
Yeah. She's going to grab him by the sides of his face and put her forehead against his. You'll be fine. We'll be fine.
It's cold. Even though you'd expect it, it's still kind of startling. Yeah.
Now go be free.
Go take back what is yours.
You know I will.
That
She's gonna hug him.
he
And then
returns
shove him away from her.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, all right, now we're doing
enough. Yeah.
this.
Right.
Shake it
Yeah.
off.
The camera zooms in on Beatrice as your eyes focus on it. We see Gwydion ride away You start to move over to the water, and you see your reflection is your mother's face. Give me a sight test.
Oop, that was the wrong tab. Too many tabs. Am I still impassioned or no?
Yes. Yep.
Success.
Okay. Now you should have a talent, a magical talent on your sheet called travel.
Oh, travel? No, sure don't.
You should.
Oh yeah, I do. It's a 2.
Yep.
Never mind.
Yep. Go ahead and add your impassion to that.
Impassion. Success.
You close your eyes and focus, following what you recall of what you learned from. I don't think it was Vivian. I think it was Nineveh.
Probably. Yeah. She likes Nineveh.
You envision her motions with her hands in the water, and you follow the same pattern, the same ritual. You feel empowered by Rhiannon while you're here. You feel yourself begin to sink in the water, even though you're standing only at like hip height. And you feel the water like almost like binding you as you struggle against it, holding your breath. Give me a con test. You are impassioned. A test of con. How's that sound?
Success.
Okay. Now, you open your eyes after struggling, and you see that you're in what looks like a storeroom on a chair. You're bound in shackles, or like a chain around you. You're alone. You see a door not far away, and you can hear like sounds outside of the. It sounds like a fairly active place. You hear other, but they're on the other side of this.
What am I bound with?
Chain.
I'm looking at something. Sorry.
Give me a recognize test. You can add a +5 if you're kind of like contemplating what you can do here.
Yeah, I don't have many combat skills. It's a failure.
You hear muffled voices on the outside.
What is the structural integrity of the chair I'm on?
The chair is wood, simple. You could try to break out of it.
Yeah, that's because I can't break chains.
It's fair.
But theoretically, I could break a chair.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be quiet. But I could try to break a chair.
Okay. attempting this through, let's go with Dex. How about that?
Cool. That
Yeah.
makes me feel so much better. Thank you.
This is to
Even if
not
I
like
fail it, I
fall
appreciate
down in a really awful
am I
way.
still impassioned or no?
Yeah.
Are we still going impassioned?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I crit.
There's no way to get out of this in a comfortable way.
Yeah,
you,
no, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah. You manage to effectively slam into, there's like a little shelf in here, and you manage to slam into the shelf with the side of the chair until the chair back breaks from the rest of the chair, which sort of allows you to, well, still chained around. Now you're just holding the back of the chair with you, and the bottom of the chair is no longer here. Yeah.
I'm gonna get closer to the door so I can.
But you're basically bound to it, and then there's still the back still bound to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna go towards the door as quietly as I can muster and try and hear where I am because I don't recognize the storeroom.
I'll give you another recognize test. You're just trying to listen, right?
Yeah, she's trying to listen. She's not
Yeah.
opening that door unless she has to. I keep having to scroll all the way up. All the way up. She. God dang it! Come on, recognize.
You don't hear any voices that stand out, but it sounds like really civil conversation.
It's just a chill conversation.
Yeah.
There's not another way out of this room, right?
No. Looks like a storeroom. So this is like
Going to crack the door a little bit, just a little bit, and look into the room.
the voices stop.
Great. Yeah, that's fair.
You see Miff.
Is the back of the... Oh, that's one of my kids. Oh, yay!
She opens the door, looks confused. She says, are you done? You told me not to interrupt you until tomorrow. Okay.
What else did I tell you? In detail.
Well, I escorted you outside of St. George into the fog.
Okay.
You said you didn't want me to. Do you? Is everything okay?
Miff, I'm gonna let you in on something. Well, long story short, my mother raises the dead, and she's dead, and isn't happy to be so. So, based on what you're saying, I have a pretty good feeling that you've been talking to her. So, tell me everything in detail. Leave nothing out.
Well, after the knights all left to try and find that boy, the
Which
one
knight?
the one they called Brastius, Cadrigan, Sir Lucius.
Where is my child?
Oh, he's looked after.
She.
She's looked after. Sorry, yeah, that was Bob's
Where?
fault.
Yeah.
Actually, Miff might not even care about that.
Yeah, that's true. That doesn't give anything.
Yeah.
Where?
I can show you.
Now.
She'll lead you. You open the door and the kid's there, asleep.
I pick her up. I don't care. She's
You can't. You're linked in chains right now.
Oh yeah, I thought she was getting me out of those. In the meanwhile,
Not so easily. No, it's gonna be a little. We can do that totally. I just didn't hear it. It would just take a little bit of.
It was my fault. I didn't say it.
Yeah,
I just was.
Okay.
Get me out of this now, Myth.
Yeah. She does so.
Pick up my child. Do the
This-
general.
There's something you usually notice, like when you pick up your child and you put the child to you. Usually, it pushes the amulet hard against your chest.
Yeah.
There's no pain of amulet on you. There's no amulet on you.
Myth, what else did I say?
Well, we left to meet. I escorted you. You told me to turn, but I saw the knight that you met with.
And who is that?
I don't know. He wore dark armor.
That was the thing. What else?
You gave him the amulet.
Great.
You said to bring it to you.
And where did I go after that?
Well, we went back here, and you told me that you had to commune with Rhiannon, and the only way to do that was... You told me that you might turn mad in the process, and that to avoid you doing anything feral, we would need to bind you. You were quite specific about the binding, that it needed to be chain.
I want you to listen to me closely, Myth.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get ready to go after a woman that is very, very powerful. Because she's been the one misleading you this entire time. I've been in the land of the dead. She wasn't communing with Rhiannon. She doesn't even follow Rhiannon.
She nods. She doesn't really seem to understand it, but she trusts you.
And she's going to pay for playing a game with family.
And with that, we will close for the night. Hope y'all had fun. Before I forget, Lucius, you may add 1,000 glory for knighting the Winter Prince.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Peaches.
And then I added my the oath I just took with him to my list of oaths. So hooray, more oaths.
More oaths.
More oats.
More
Make it
oaths.
rain oath.
The Knight of
Make it rain
Oats.
oaths.
Yeah.
Knight of Oaths, yeah.
Oats. That's my favorite board game.
Lousy with oaths.
Lousy with oaths.
I'll see with oats.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that could go wrong.
My child is okay.
All right.
Pause scared me.
Mm-hmm.
That was the
I'm
goal.
nervous. I don't like it.
Oh.
Okay, so let's see where we at. We should definitely raid someone just because. Let's do some quick outros. We'll start with you, Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Olwyn. No, I'm Rebecca, and I played Olwyn. And I got slightly less vengeful today. Very, very good for me. Yes.
Perfect.
Good up.
And Emily.
I am Emily. I played Beatrice, and that was an adventure and very scary. But I'm gonna fight my mother. It's gonna be
Again?
great.
Yeah.
Again. Jesus. Nicole.
Understand. I'm Nicole. I played Sir Alien Lost. And fun fact about me, I, as a kid, thought the word amulet was pronounced omelet.
The omelet.
Love it. They're
I
now
wear my
omelets
omelets
the rest
with
of the
pride.
game. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
My amulets.
Can't make a protection spell without
An
backing a few
an
legs.
Yeah.
I get that. I get that. Okay, we will go to to Cyber Bro. Almost said
Howdy.
Lucius.
I'm Cybero. I played Lucius Julius Julianus, time traveler and lousy with oaths.
Lousy with oaths, indeed. All right, we'll raid in, even though we've only got a couple people. We'll raid into Dark Tales. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Dark Tales. All right. I'm
Woohoo.
Bob. We do Pendragon here and many other places. The games are connected across shared Arthurian adventure. And this is the game that tends to look behind the scenes at the magic and pagan side of things, involving the Ladies of the Lake as well. And yeah, we play Pendragon Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays on this channel, as well as some side stuff with our drop-in open Pendragon. So if you're interested in any of that, please do check it out. Until next time, thanks for watching. And we're about to jump on the hype train to go raid our friends over at Dork Tales.
Yeah.
We'll see you next
Unseelie
time.
raid.
Take care, y'all.
Bye.
Yeah, throughout your raiders, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Toodles.